Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all appropriate, supervised ages outside of the dilapidated Castle Grayskull, in front of the dick-smelling Snake Mountain in the Hobo Jungle, I bring to you another Reno McDallas review. You hear that upstairs? That crying? That is our foster child. I am a foster parent now, and it's weird. But speaking of weird, I have Frankenstein's Monster Raphael from NECA. There you go. So there's your... It's been shell-shocked. Oh, Lord. There's your side view of all the other... what they're going to do. And there we go. So let's go ahead and pop them. Oh, and he does have a window box. Check that out. That looks good. I mean, that's awesome. That's great. Kind of reminds me of... there's a customizer that was making Frankenberry turtles. You know, the Frankenberry cereal? Yeah, it reminded me of that. Yeah, great job in the box for sure. So, anyway, go ahead and pop those off. You can see the little lightning bolt looking things, like it's supposed to be the electrical chargers. He's in there good. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to cut him free. Just a second. Alright, so we're back. And so these fit down in here. The chains just kind of hang off him. Like that. But yeah, these sides go up here. So we'll go ahead and pop that in. Maybe. Possibly. Hopefully. Alright, there we go. There's one. Don't want to cover his little gauge there. And then, there we go. Okay, so he comes with multiple hands. I went ahead and switched out to the holding hands so he can hold his size. And there's these two fists here. You can see the detail, they're stitching. And then there's the his outstretched, creepy-looking hands for solid finger, old Greg type of stuff. So that's creepy. Anyway, yeah, that's a pretty cool figure. I got lucky and snagged him at GameStop. I would definitely get him before he becomes a limited item, and you have to pay too much. So yes, get this figure. Okay, so here's some more of the detail. Won't talk much during this, other than tell you how pretty you are. Yeah, there's a gauge. And he's got the brick feet like that. So yeah, great figure. Great detail. I love it. So now on to the next figure. Another NECA. We got Demona. Let's see here. And I'm not going to read that right now, but you can just go ahead and do that in your own Reno McDallas voice. And tell it to also tell you how pretty you are. Or whatever. So here's the upcoming figures. Got Lex, Broadway, Brooklyn, and Hudson. Did I say Bronx? Because I meant, well, I know there's a Bronx. You know what? I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. But I remember watching that as a kid, and the VHS had a game you could play at the end of it. And that was the first game I ever played that had like a strict time limit on it. So I was freaking out as a kid. I was like worried I was going to lose. So I thought that was cloth for a minute. That looks very realistic in person. She has her long tail here. She has, oh, her face peels off. That's wonderful. That's not frightening in the least. Okay, so there's a lot of twisties and whatnot in here. So give me a minute. I'm going to pause, come back, and we'll talk about her feelings. Yep, so that's the face there. And then here's the normal face, the I'm not going to kill you face. And that is horrifying. Look at that. Some kind of Silent Hill crap going on right there. Alright, so anyway, the face, oops. You watch, now it won't go in easy, because I tried it earlier. There we go. Okay. So I'll go ahead, just wanted you to kind of have a look at her without her tail in or wings on, so you can just kind of get a look at the detail in the back of her outfit. body and all that. So I will go ahead and put her together. Hold on. Okay, so problems with this figure so far. Yeah, this one stays in place. I just got a dud, it looks like. And moving her head around very much, her face will just fly right off. So that's no good. But there she is with her tail in. With her wingspan out. Here are the other accessories she came with. There is the Grimorum. Right? There we go. So there's that. It looks like it opens. Do I dare try it? Because I know I break stuff too easy. There it goes. Oh, there it goes. Alright, so, yeah. I don't think I can read any of that. There we go. So there's that. Flips to that. So it can look like you're casting spells and what have you. And that just snaps back on. Neat. Fun. Exciting. There is some kind of Xanatos weapon. I'm sure that's a laser. I think the other one was like some kind of launcher. But yeah, Demona's pretty cool. Hopefully you won't get a dud with a dud wing like that. I'll have to... I don't know how I'll do it. I'll probably just have her propped up against something back here. But yeah, she's a good figure. I wouldn't pay, unless you're just an absolute gargoyle nut and you can't find her. Don't pay over retail, man. That's kind of meh now that I have her, you know. Hate to be like that, but that's how it is. And speaking of how it is, now we're going to switch over to Marvel Legends. I got Syren. Here is her little blurb on the back. So she is Banshee's kid. I first found out about her when I was reading Deadpool back in the 90s. I think he had a thing for her, if I remember correctly. So, go ahead and pop her free. Now she comes with part of Bone Crusher, whom I only know from playing the Punisher game on the Sega. And I used to like that because you could be either Nick Fury or Punisher. And I thought that was awesome when I was a kid. But yeah, Bone Breaker was one of the bosses. So here she is. That's kind of... That reminds me... It's a little bit better than it, but it reminds me of the 90s plastic. Good lord, look at that. Goodness. So, yeah, that's her. Your standard posability there. Who cares, though, right? Because, I mean, good grief, you're not going to... You can't... Kind of stinks. Just saying. So let's... and then she just has 2 extra hands that are just doorknob turning hands. So, yeah. Meh. If you're going to get her... Because you like Banshee and the X-Men and you're completionist, yeah, but unless you just need the build-up figure part, she ain't worth it. Oops, we're showing some naughty bits on air. And time for the naughtiest bit of them all, the last figure. And that is the newest version of Wolverine with the white-hot claws. I usually buy the metal claws and do the metal claw kits like this for my Wolverines because I'm a big Wolverine nerd, as you know. But anyway... I won't do that with this since it's the white hot claws. So I have yet to read this story, and I'm kind of interested. You know, I read the story where they killed him off, and wasn't the greatest fan of that. Nor the Wolverines that followed that. That was kind of dumb. But hey, it's what it is. Marvel does that. All comics do that. They kill off people, and then they kind of don't really. They have like a little bit of an idea where they're going to go, and then they're like, oh crap, we might have screwed ourselves. So anyway. Now, he is part of the Bone Breaker wave, but does not have any accessories besides a little extra head. There we go. So there he is. All upset. Looks like he's trying to take shit. Or he's really mad about not getting the right numbers in the lottery. It's like, damn, I've been robbed all these years, man. Never got a winner once. Sucks. Why do you do it in a Canadian voice? It's Canadian, eh? Oh, yeah. That should make a couple of fans mad. Anyway, so... It looks like they've actually molded these in for once. I hated when they had these stupid things where they would just pop right out. So that looks good. So, yeah, like I said, it's translucent kind of. So, to simulate being white hot. So, but yeah, there's your standard Marvel Legend articulation. His hair isn't really painted in. It's sculpted, though. That's kind of cool. A fuzzy guy myself. I appreciate that. So speaking of being an appreciated fuzzy guy, let's have about a fastball special into that Castle Grayskull door. And if one of these figures can get the door down, they are the greatest action figure ever made. And oh yeah, for this guy, buy him. He's great. He will probably either be hard to find in a little bit or everywhere. Just depends. I don't know how well the claw thing was received. So here we go. Ready? And oh, no dice from Wolverine. And there's the articulation on that I forgot to show you. Because I was all antsy in my pantsies about them going around upstairs, making a lot of noise. And I'm like, oh my god, can they hear me? See, like that. Anyway, okay. And no dice for, ooh. And then, hey, why not? No for Hugh Jackman. No for this disappointing figure, I'm sure. Demona, you are in bad shape as it is. So I'll just, I didn't make it. Who cares? Anyway, so thanks for watching, guys. And remember, free the figs.